Good evening and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Maishran Solayapan, and I'm from Faculty of Applied Sciences. And I am privileged to introduce to you our speakers and moderator for today's BioTalk entitled Biotechnologist, Expect the Unexpected. So this is a subject in which we should be deeply interested because it is about to unravel the importance and prospects of studying biotechnology in the new era of pandemic. As you all are used to with the current situation where there has been numerous strains, variants of coronavirus that are infecting humans all over the world. So there is a need for young biotechnologists to come out, to unravel, to come up with new vaccines and new medication to eradicate this disease. So the perspective on the role of biotechnology will play in helping society to solve the coronavirus pandemic as a whole. This evening, we are indeed honored and privileged to have with us three promising young researchers and a very well-experienced moderator who will share with us their views and experience on biotechnology landscape in Malaysia, and perhaps also the motivations to drive all of you to be part of our biotechnology family. I am so pleased with you this evening and to have the chance to introduce my very own former students as our guest speaker. The first speaker, the very charismatic Mr. Ayyappa V. Subramaniam, an alumnus of AIMS University. And we are very glad to introduce him. He's also a direct PhD candidate from Institute for Research in Molecular Medicine, USM. And he's also the proud founder and the president of Malaysia Biotechnology Student Association, MyBiosa. So his research area, his trust area, he focuses on epigenetic modulators and angiogenesis as target for cancer therapy. And then following into, we have the enthusiastic, the very vibrant candidate, Mr. Chiam Boon Lee. He's also our alumni, and we are very proud to have him on board because this whole webinar will be very energy-filled with him on board. So he's an MSc candidate at Brains Institute, Monash University, and he's the Event and Planning Officer 1 at MyBiosa. And his research trust area focuses on genomic studies in reproductive neuropeptide with respect to stress regulation. And finally, our very young and optimistic Miss Eunice Lee Zin Ling, who's a BSc Biotechnology second year student from Swinburne University, and she's also a representative from MyBiosa. And we are very glad to have all three of you on board. Thank you very much for coming. And our distinguished guest belongs to an illustrious group of researchers and public figures from the Malaysian Biotechnology Student Association, which is known as MyBiosa. So MyBiosa is an association that was formed in 2018 and to be the networking and development platform for biotechnology students and graduates. So provide this platform, basically, this MyBiosa plays a major role in interaction among the students and allows for easy dissemination of information and opportunities available throughout Malaysia pertaining to biotechnology. So for those students who are a graduate of biotechnology or those students who intend to explore themselves into biotechnology should get a sort of a counseling or a word of advice from MyBiosa. So MyBiosa is a hub to nurture students to be holistic individuals by promoting and organizing extracurricular activities. So then, thank you very much. Thank you to have you all. And moving into the moderator, who is a very captivating and also very knowledgeable person. It's none other than our own very own Associate Professor, Dr. Gurusamy Prabhakaran. He's our faculty member from Faculty of Applied Sciences, AIMS University, and he's our panel moderator this evening. So to say a little bit about Dr. Prabha is a highly accomplished techno-commercial and business management professional, and he has worked as chief manager as well as chief technical officer in a multinational company known as PIC in India. And he has also served in Melaka Biotech Corporation as chief technical officer, and he's also academician in AIMS University. So in an overall perspective, he has about 32 years of experience in industry as well as in academia. And to add on more, he has a unique blend of expertise in both biotech industry and academia and discovery, process development, scale-up validation, technology development, and also vaccine, veterinary drug formulation, and industrial enzymes as well. And he has also secured about 1.14 million ringgit Malaysia worth of grants. And also he has secured 4 international and local national level gold medals in commercialization products, as well as he has won in Falling Walls, Malaysia as well. So I am confident our panel members for today's talk will make an impact by imparting knowledge and insight, which will be adding significant depth to the topic of discussion. And without further ado, I now invite Dr. Prabha to take the stage to moderate the event. Thank you very much. Thank you, Doctor. It's all yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. There is a famous quote in psychology: higher the expectations, higher the disappointments in life. Then, how to overcome this? Simple: change your mindset. Expect the unexpected. COVID pandemic taught us many valuable lessons. In the past, it took 20 years to develop a vaccine, but less than 10 months, more than 10 vaccines were approved by WHO, FDA for COVID. The message is the job market is changing. The dynamics are quite different from the earlier days. The traditional job requirements are fading away. Now, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data analysis, interdisciplinary expertise, social skills, technical skills, and the list goes on. It's all prerequisite for biotech career. To know more about today, about the biotech career opportunities, the prospects, we have 3 panelists. I'm very proud. My own students are there sitting in a different level now, and definitely they are going to share their own life experience. The life experience is more valuable. So to facilitate the flow of thoughts, to flow of our discussion, I have structured today's discussion into 3 parts. In first part, I would like to invite Mr. Ayyappa to answer the questions on what is expected from a biotech employer or a recruiter, and what are the job prospects in overseas for biotech graduates in Malaysia. Followed by with boom, I want to ask the question: what is the opportunities, or what is the life after BSc program? How to select the master's program to fulfill the dreams of biotech students. And finally, with Eunice, is a young aspirant of biotech. I want to know what curriculum changes you expect so that the job market or the university make the graduates ready for the job market. And with this, I like to give a few housekeeping points. I request you to please mute your phone or mic. Please type in your questions in the chat box. and in the order it will be answered. More the questions you pose to the panelist, as well as to me, as well as to Mr. Magesh, believe me, you'll get benefited. And my humble request, let us have a dialogue rather than a monologue. So with this, I'll start with my simple question to the founder and president of MyBiosA, Mr. Ayyappa. Ayyappa, you did graduation in AIMS University. Now you are in master's program. What skills you learned in the classroom, outside the classroom, has translated or transformed to be successful at this level?
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. So yeah, I would like to say good afternoon to everyone and thank you for this opportunity to invite MyBiosA to share our experiences and our thoughts on the topic for today, expect the unexpected in biotechnology. All right, so to go directly, before I move into Dr. Prabhas on the question, I think I would like to just have a show of hands to see, to engage with the audience to see whether how many of them are actually currently doing their degree, how many are in postgraduate, and how many of them are already graduated and still thinking what they are supposed to do. So if you see on your right hand side bottom there, you have this reaction button, and there is a raise hand function there. So on my request, could you please just show me how many of you are still doing your biotechnology degree at the moment? Can you please click the raise hand function? So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I see there are 7 people. Okay, so there are 7 people. All right, can you please click it back so that you put it down? Yeah. Okay, how many of you are doing your postgraduate? Two. Okay, that's 2. All right, and finally, how many of you have graduated? So there's 2. So the rest of you, that means the rest of you are here just to understand. I think that I'm missing out one last group. How many of you who are in secondary school, but you are planning to pursue a future in biotechnology? Okay, there are some people, yes. Okay, cool. All right, so I see, I believe there is a different, how do you say it? We have people from all ages, from all groups of education, and I'm very glad that we are able to share this with you. All right, now, so let's just get into the question that Dr. Prava asked me. So what are the things that an employer expects of a biotechnology graduate? So the first thing that you have to understand that when you are looking for a job, if you have heard of this proverb, ask what not the country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Likewise, just try to emulate that to company. Ask what not the company can do for you, ask what you can do for the company. So when you are trying to portray yourself to the company, you are trying to butter up yourself to the company, you have to understand that the employers are looking for people who already have the skills that will quickly embed themselves into the company. They want you to be on form immediately. Like when you come in, they will definitely have a probation period in 3 months, 6 months, depending. But in that time, you should at least have a basic of the skills that they require you. So what are the example of skills that they may require? So as a biotechnology graduate, moving, I think to incorporate the second question that Dr. Prabha provided me was what are job prospects? So as a biotechnology graduate, you have plenty of job prospects. Some people think that our job prospect is so focused on lab. And that's we have questions like MyBiosA, we actually receive questions from certain students and graduates. They send a message through our page on Facebook asking us, so what are the job prospects I have? So we have actually explained to them that there is plenty of job prospect. You are not only confined to the lab to do your job. And people have to understand that as a biotechnologist, you have plenty of work. So for example, you are looking at academia route. So when you are going for academia route, you actually have to have higher qualification tests. That's a given. You need masters or PhD. And at the current moment, based on my understanding, universities prefer a PhD graduate already. Previously, they still accept master's graduate, and I think there are some still who are accepting master's graduate. I'm not going to name any universities, but yes, there are some private universities who are still accepting master's graduate. But mostly, it is especially in government sector, they want you to have at least the minimum is a PhD. Okay, all right. So that's the academia route, and then you also have where the industrial route. Okay, so industrial route can be segregated into multiple. Okay, we are looking at if you're looking at Malaysia, you have agriculture. Our agriculture is like the third driving force of our economy. You have to understand that. So agriculture is like really big in Malaysia, and for graduates in biotechnology, they are so focused on the idea that I have to just work in the lab. I have to do genetic engineering. I have to do biomedical stuff. I have to pipette things here and there. No, it's not all about that. That is why we try to change that mindset that it's biotechnologists also have to work in farms. Biotechnologists are required in aqua farming, required in agriculture. You need to plant plants, and then at the same time you also have marine biologists who go to the shores, beachside to look at what is going on at the mangroves. So these are all very important roles that biotechnologists can play. And then if you're looking at more administrative stuff, you also need biotechnologists to come up with policies. So you see, Malaysia had a policy last time. It's called the National Biotechnology Policy, NBP, that was actually instituted in 2005. Okay, and they had a plan for 15 years until 2020. However, it didn't come into fruition. Okay, it's unfortunate that it didn't come into fruition. It was a huge plan, having a biotech hub in Johor Bahru, but it didn't come into fruition. Unfortunately, we have no idea why funding was there and everything. But it's sad. It's sad that it's not there. However, you have to understand that when it comes to doing these policies, biotechnologists are needed. They have to have the knowledge from biotechnologists, what kind of things that is needed in this industry, how you want to work on that. So that these are the kind of job prospects you are looking at. Okay, so it's not really confined totally in the lab. It's also it's so many. It's just how you're looking at it. You have to do your research. So like you say, as a biotechnologist, you're graduating as a scientist. You have to understand this. And since you are a scientist, you can't be spoon-fed with answers. Learn to research, find the answers for yourself. So that is what our curriculum has been teaching us: critical thinking skills, solving problems. So and that's I can personally say I've learned a lot of that from Dr. Prabha during my time in AIMS. And yeah, so it's all about critical thinking skills, how to solve a problem. So you have to research, and find the answer for yourself. So coming back to what exactly an employer really wants you to have, as much as technical skills is important, there is also something called social skills. And this is extremely important at this current age. And if you are really up to date with the news that have been provided in tabloids and any social media, you can understand, you can see the number of employers rejecting graduates or employees because of the social skills. Why? I'm going to share one of the personal experiences, some of things that I've heard from recruiters. This student, fresh graduate, went into an interview, and then after the interview session was going on, he just cut out the interviewer and asked, "So actually, am I getting hired? And how much are you going to pay me?" Do you see the problem here? So you have to have an etiquette when you're speaking to people, and when you're in interview, you cannot just. I understand that the younger generation are more vigorous, they are more open-minded, they're more liberal, but it won't work if you're going to do like this, correct? So it's social skills extremely important, and then at the same time, there are some students who they don't have proper social skills. It's good that you have a 4 flat, 3.5 above, whatnot, but if you can't communicate what you have studied in university freely with your interviewer or when you're applying for a job, then what's the point of having 4 flat, 3.5, 3.7, 3.8? It's unnecessary. It's like it doesn't serve any purpose, because some of us yes, we understand that being from a science background, we are all very studious. We really read a lot, we study a lot. But at the same time, I think what I can say is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So you can't just focus so much on academic, and then at the end of the day you miss out on socializing with people, talking to people, learning how to speak, learning how to communicate with someone who's elderly, someone who is higher up, because there is an etiquette to do so. And if you do not know that, then you're in trouble, especially in the current world. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Dr. Prabha.
Mr. Ayyappa, I
Yeah.
like to add some
Sure.
the industry scenario in Malaysia.
Sure.
The biotech industry compared to India, European country, America, Taiwan, Malaysia still is not mature. Around 10 multinational companies are there, biotech company, and around 250 bio-nexus companies are there. Then today I learned there are around 100 bio-based accelerated companies incubated by Bioeconomy Corporation of Malaysia. So put together, roughly, we are thinking about a number around 350 companies are there in biotech in Malaysia, private, public, and government supported. In that scenario, at that juncture, biotech students got a versatile job opportunities. Now, big data analysis in genomic services is a prerequisite. Bioinformatics is playing a major role. Then, besides the cognitive skills, as Ayyappa, you are highlighting about the social skills, now the job market in regulatory field is so phenomenal because of the clinical trials and the awareness is created by biotech. Then followed by venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are looking for biotech professionals to understand the biotech proposals. Then comes your regular sales and marketing. Right? Earlier days, when I started my career, we have to depend only on industry. Nothing. And industry, either quality control manager, quality control department, or in R&D department. The rare opportunity, go back to university, do higher studies. So the dynamics are changing now. There is plethora of job opportunity. Please equip yourself, reskill, upskill, what is required in the market. We all learned in the microbiology. Adaptability and flexibility is the secret behind microorganism. We should learn that secret. See, now everybody is adapted for online shopping, right? Virtual meeting. And if you, for example, Google has announced only next December they can come back to the office. And most of the corporate offices are rented out. Total scenario is changed. So have a mind, please open up your mind. Don't have negative thinking. Have a positive vibe. Opportunities are everywhere. It is up to us to find out. Okay, any other questions? Okay, there is one question, Ayyappa.
Yes.
In your opinion, what sort of person can excel in the industry? For example, now you see Boone, you see Mageshwaran, you see Eunice, you see me, and you have seen so many classmates of yours in BSc and PhD program. What sort of person, I'm talking about the characteristic features of a person, a person can survive and excel in the industry.
Okay. Yeah. So just to add up to what Dr. Prabha was earlier saying, I remember during my days as a student in microbiology class, every class he actually says this one word, and even Bunli can attest to this. He every time says the same thing. Microbes are master adapters, and it's proven. If you're looking at the pandemic right now, you're seeing multiple variants, right? And it's obvious microbes are master adapters. So, like what he said, we have to learn to adapt like microbes in the current world. Yes. So now we are so back to his question on what are the skills that that is required. What are the technical or soft skills? What are the things that shows that you can adapt to the industry. So I earlier mentioned, it's technical skills. It is very important. Technical skills, which sorry, can you all hear me? I see the internet connection. Is it okay? Okay, all right. Yeah, so let me continue. So yeah, so what I was saying is that you have to have technical skills. That is a given, that is important. That is what we are going to be learning in universities. It's unfortunate that some degree students at the moment, is very, very hard that you are not able to be in the labs. You can't learn that much of technical skills. However, I do hope that you are able to go for internships, and during your internship, you can improve your skills, your technical skills. And what technical skills that I'm speaking about is your lab handling skills. Okay, for example, I'm going to share my personal experience where I did an internship in a laboratory. I did it at the same institute that I'm doing my PhD right now. So during that moment, I'm lucky enough that my senior actually taught me multiple skills that I never could have learned while I was in AIMS. I'm not saying that AIMS syllabus is not adaptable to what I learned, but the thing is the skills that I learned there is totally different. It's something that is not even in syllabus, you see. So it's we are doing animal work. Animal work, I mean, animal work, you try to extract organs from animals, and then we are doing RNA extraction. This is something we have learned in AIMS. Then you're doing PCR on a daily basis. You see, because when you're in class, you are not, because the class can be large, 200, 60, 50, 100. So it's very hard for you to hone the skills that have been taught to you. However, when you're going for internship, you actually learn so much of skills on a daily basis, and you're doing it on yourself. Okay, so technical skills is a given, and I would definitely suggest, if you are looking to do an academia route, you're going for masters or PhD, I will recommend most of the students during internship try to go for university internships. Okay, it is possible that you will learn a lot of stuff. If you're going for industrial route, you're thinking, okay, after I'm finished, I do not want to do a master's, I do not want to do a PhD, I want to immediately start to work. Then you can go the industrial route. Why I'm suggesting this is, when you go and you do your internship there, it's easier for them to accept you because they know they've already trained you. They know you. So when they see you, when they see your CV coming in, they say, okay, this guy, we know him. Okay, let's just take it in. Because he knows what we are doing and he can do it immediately. They don't need to train you again. So that's what I'm saying. But however, here's the con of going to the industrial route. Sometimes some industrial route or some labs, they actually give you a mundane routine which you repeat on a daily basis. However, some people are okay with this. So if you are okay with that, you can go for it, right? But if you are looking to diversify your skills, then I would definitely recommend you to go to the university to do an internship. Okay, and then so this is technical skills. Soft skills, so I will say a person who really can communicate, who really can speak, could socialize with anyone, is the kind of people that employers are looking for. If you are a person who's so I wouldn't say introvert, a person who's so reserved, quiet, and you are not able to express your feelings, you express what your thoughts, then it's going to be difficult. So this is where I would definitely recommend you to engage in events, activities in university. The university has a program where the students are not, the university environment itself is meant to make you a holistic person. It's up to you whether to take that opportunity or not. You see, so they have the academia there, but at the same time, they also have activities. If you notice in university time, you have so much activities, but do you take the initiative to do it? That's up to you, correct? So it's up to your initiative to up your soft skills, and that is in this current world is so important to the employers. Yeah. And yeah, yes. So Dr. Prabha, I think back to you. And I see there's a question.
Yeah. Thank you, Ayyappa. I learned if I ask more questions, you'll come out with more answers.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, Miss Vaiteshwari asked a very interesting question, 2 questions. She wants to know what possible ways for biotech graduate to upskill in the meeting expectations of current recruiters or employees. What skills?
Yeah.
She has to acquire to meet
Yes.
demand.
So I think I've answered this earlier without reading the question, unfortunately. But yeah, apart from the technical and social skills, does it always have to be related to lab or research setting? No, it doesn't have to be related to lab and research setting all the time. That's why I earlier said that our job prospects, and like Dr. Prabha has also highlighted, as a biotechnologist, you have a variety of jobs that you can go to. Our syllabus is designed that it actually covers so much of area. You have genetic engineering, you have biochemistry, you have environmental biology. That's the thing. I don't think this is isolated only to AIMS University syllabus. It is everywhere. So biotechnologists are versatile in going to any kind of fields. It's just that, do you know how to find the opportunity? Okay, and how you are going to find the skills to improve. So like, what are the possible ways that biotechnology graduates can upskill in meeting the expectations? Like I said, do an internship where you think you want your future to be, if you are going for it. Okay, and if that's going to help you, then I'm sure it's something that employers are looking for. Yeah. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Who's this? Vaidishwari. Yes.
Second question is, apart from technical and social skills,
yeah,
does it also always have to have related lab research setting?
Yeah, I think I answered that, sir.
Okay, then Joy Blues asked one question. Again, it's interesting. He wants to know graduates can work in pharmaceutical line. What kind of job scope will landed with?
Yeah, definitely. Biotechnology graduates, like I said, we are versatile. We can go anywhere. So even in your syllabus, I think you might have actually studied pharmacology, pharmacogenomics. So it is already incorporated in our syllabus. So you actually have that basic knowledge. And then, so if you're going to look for a job in the pharmaceutical line, so try to build your future, like your internships. You see, in your first year, I'm sure you have 3 months of break. In your second year, you have your internship. And for the 4-year course, you actually have in second year also you have your break. During that break, don't waste time. Try to go for an internship. Okay. And if you're looking to go to pharmaceutical line, go for it. So what kind of job scope will be landed? If you're going to look at pharmaceutical line, you'll be looking at R&D, definitely. You'll be working in R&D. You'll also be working as a lab technician, where you test the products that have been provided by different companies to see whether it actually it answers to what is already provided in the data sheet. Okay, so you're actually doing a lot of Q&A stuff as well. So if you are looking to do pharmaceutical line, yes, why not? Biotechnology graduates are versatile and you are able to go there.
Okay, Ayyappa, I like to add.
Yes.
Input there.
Definitely.
Biopharmaceutical is an in thing. And most of the biotech students are able to cross over the barrier into pharmaceutical industry. Most of the pharmaceutical industries are appointing biotech graduates. The classical example is Biocon. Ayyappa, you are able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
My voice is clear?
Yes, yes, clear.
Okay. Then Viteshwari is asking me a question. I will answer that. It's for you, but I like to answer. She asked how to find a great opportunity, job opportunity. See, from my experience, please attend the webinars, the workshops, the conferences, international exhibitions, In Malaysia itself, I know there are 3 innovation competitions are happening every year. For example, you are particular about you want to pursue your career in agriculture, biotechnology, please attend MAGA. It's called every year in December. There will be an international agriculture fair organized by Ministry of Agriculture in Kuala Lumpur. It will take minimum 3 days to visit all the stalls. All the multinational companies, multinational universities are got the stalls and looking for graduates of their interest. Go and talk with them. That's the best way to get into that. Second avenue, please see, for example, you are looking for a master's program in cancer biology. Visit various university websites. Go to the faculty. Go through the faculty members' credentials. Whether any of their interest is matching with your interest, then please write to them. That's the easiest way to get into university. You have to visit all the university websites. I'm talking about you're looking for European avenues. I'll send the link. Please provide your email address. I'll send all the links to you. You can look for the avenues in European countries. Or you're looking for Malaysian universities, please visit the top 10 premier universities. University Malaya, including our Ames University, USM, all top ranked universities. Then match with your interest with the faculty's interest. Then start having dialogue with them. And that is the first step to move forward. Vaideshwari, whether it answers your question? And this question is for Boon Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. One participant want to know how to pursue the most demanding PG program. Candidate is still in dilemma whether to pursue masters or go for the job.
Okay. So first of all, I want to thank you for such a very welcome speech from Mr. Mahesh and also the invite from the Dr. Prabha. So I'm Bunli, everyone. So hi. So it is 3:30 in the afternoon, right? I know this period people will find a little bit dizzy, but you know, get it up, guys. So today I'm here. So yeah, I'm actually a master's student in Monash University. Yes. So before going to the answer, the dilemma, whether do you want to further study or go into PG? That is a very good dilemma. That which I have it. I believe every PG student before they choose into PG, like Ayapa, they have think about that. Hey, should I go into industrial area or should I go into further study? And there is a lot of dilemma, like you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that. Oh, that is another whole new topic. I can talk whole day, whole night for that. But wait, I will talk it in a brief. But then before that, hang on a minute. I will come back to that questions. And before answering that questions, is that because I noticed that there are some students here who haven't go into biotechnology, which who still have a vague idea of what is biotechnology, and that part will further elaborate later for from our colleagues. So I will just brief into why I choose biotechnology. All right. Okay. This part will further add on point from what Ayapa said just now. Actually, biotechnology is cover everything, literally covering everything that you can imagine of. Okay. It's like we study everything. Let me be frank with you. Okay. In my sessions, I will be frank to you all, and you guys need to be frank to me. All right. You can ask any questions. For sure I will sugarcoat a little bit, but yeah. That's for better taste, right? So I'll be frank with you, why I choose biotechnology is that before I choose anything, I was like, hey, I want to get a broader range, broader field that I can excel in my future. And if you ask me that time, what do I like? I can tell you, I don't know. it is just 19 or 20 years old of me. If you ask me, hey, Bundi, what do you want to be in future? I don't know. I'm not sure for that. And everyone here, it is totally fine to not know what you want in future. It is totally fine. Okay, it is not wrong. It is not fault. It is not something criminal that don't know what you want in future. And it is totally fine. All right, let me tell you, it is totally fine. Why do I say that? Because 20 years old, it is still very young. Okay, you are just start your life for around 10 to 20%. All right, you have still the 80% or 90% left for your life. And with the 20 years lifespan, you know what is your remaining 80 to 90% life will be. That is totally impossible. All right, how ridiculous to use a 20% of life to know that 80%. Okay, you can plan of it. Okay, that's totally fine. Yes, definitely you can plan, but you can't really know what's happening. Okay, so you can go venture. What do you like? And try out and try and error to try more things. Go on to webinar, go on to classes, speak to friends, go into some social site, build your network into a network cable. Okay, you build into lots of people know you, go to get lots of people, talk to people. All right, so that you know a lot of things. So here comes the point. Why do we need know a lot of things? Okay, when I was in bachelor in AIMS, same with Ayapa. I'm his junior. Okay, super junior, I guess. Yeah, here I am your super senior, and then Ayapa will be a super senior. It's a very the gap will be long lah. Okay, not exposing his age, but yeah, you know. Yes, go come back to the point that why do we need why do we need to learn a lot of things? Although a lot of things doesn't really related to me. Okay, to be frank. Okay. Okay, here AIMS, right? So not to say which university, right? When I was in bachelor, we learn computer as well. All right. We learn the hardware, we learn the software, and we learn a lot of things, a lot of these different things. We even learn business management. All right. And that was taught by Dr. Baba. Oh, a lot of things, because everyone was in that class was like, oh, this is difficult. Math, 1 + 1 = 2, that's okay. But more than that, no, that is not for me. Then here comes Steve Jobs. Everyone knows Steve Jobs. Does everyone know Steve Jobs? If you know Steve Jobs, give me a thumbs up, all right? Steve Jobs, the iPhones, the iPhone company founder, okay? He said, learning everything is just like leaving a dot in the blank paper. Okay, leaving a dot. And by that time, you're only leaving the dot. You don't even know what that dot means, and you can't link them together by looking forward for the dot. All right. But then you can only link the dot by looking backwards. What do I mean? First, go learn a lot of things. Explore yourself. Life is all about exploring. Explore until a certain point. When I look back, then you know how to link all the points together. It makes sense that why particular moment you will go learn certain thing. All right. So I think I dragged a lot of out of the topic. So come back to the questions. Okay. Let me see which one. The T. Okay, I'm not sure whether you are a guy or a girl. But then okay, I'm currently studying a bachelor in biotechnology. I'm thinking of pursuing master. Okay, before that, okay, stop right here. Which year are you in right now? First, second, or the third one? All right. Because it really means something. Because if you are over the third year, okay, you can start to think or plan about the future. You just finished second year, which in like you are ongoing to the third year. Yes, this is the time where you need to put effort in thinking about whether for you to choose into master or go into industrial area. Okay. Over the years, my friends and some juniors even come asking me, Bundi, can you give me some advice on should I go to industrial area or should I pursue master? Okay. All around, I've been giving the same answer. Okay, I'm not the person to tell you which one is better. Okay, you are the person who can answer this question. Which is better for you? Okay, it really depends on you. Whether do you like into industrial area or do you like into academia? All have the pros and cons. Here comes to the first quote, first interesting point that I wrote from the opening from Dr. Prabha, which is the mindset. This is the place where the mindset comes in. Let me break it down to you. What are the difference between industrial area mindset and also researcher mindset? I got this from back in my internship in NTU, Singapore. That is the place where I devote myself into researching because I just love the way researcher work. Okay, I'm passionate into the researching life. That's that I was thinking, oh, that's the life I want. Oh my God, I found it. Then I got to know the industrial area. Not to say which one is bad, good or bad. I just bring it out to you and you analyze it yourself. Industrial area, haha, here comes the part. First of all, industrial area, you work proudly 9 to 5, proudly most of the time, or you can work shift lah. But then the mindset will be every day you punch in, then you do the same routine work day and day over and over again. Every day, single thing, go in, go at night and punch in and do your stuff, blah, blah, blah. Every day will be the same thing, except there will be a very minor changes over the day because in the industry, they have the protocol, you have to suit for everything. So the mindset will be every day is a routine work. Routine routine is you need to do the same day over again. All right. If you've noticed yourself are okay with this kind of life, then please go into industrial. The pro side is industrial, you get paid, and it is a good pro. It is a good thing that you get paid. Which can you sustain your life, etc. All right. Okay. Why do I say this is a pros in industry? Because it will be a cons in the academia. Academia, the biggest thing is the financial parts. All right. Yes.
I think you are not answered Vishal's question. He's asking whether you want, is there any career for forensic science for a biotech graduate?
Forensic science, sir.
I think that was another question, sir. The earlier one he's answering is or
yeah.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah,
the question first. Number you can, I think it's okay. You can carry on. Yes.
Yeah. Let me go into the forensic science later. So we finish the mindset for the researcher. Researcher mindset is totally different from the routine work. Researcher is every day it's a whole new thing. None of the day is the same thing. You need to think about every day is a whole new day. You need to plan and execute. And even the machine treat you nicely today, it gives you a perfect analysis. The next day, it won't be they behave the same way. Sometimes it will be naughty. Sometimes it will be malfunction. Sometimes it totally break up. The machine will really take the job, and you need to really think of troubleshooting. Every day is a different day. But the good thing is that the time is flexible. The cons thing is that financial part. Come on, financial part is a big thing. Okay, if you think about if you study PhD through during your PhD life, you will be rich, something like that. Okay, forget about it. Never be a thing for that. Okay, you can get some stipends, but it will only just minimum life for sustaining your daily your monthly expenses. Okay, it's just right on the point. Okay, yeah, so that is the financial parts. All right, so
I'll
that's
go to Devraj question.
Yes.
Devraj want to know the current adaptation of IR4, Industrial Revolution 4.0, with artificial intelligence and Internet of Things in the industry affect the employability of fresh graduate. Okay, I would like to answer this. Yes. Already it is making a dent, and around 50% of the employers are requesting their employees to upskill and reskill in these areas. There is no choice. We have to adapt. We have to get equipped to the Industry Revolution 4 and Internet of Things and related career path.
Yes. And on top of
your question,
pardon? Yeah. So on top of that, the Timaraj, the questions that every biotechnologist, we need to kind of know a bit of the statistical tool, which is the bioinformatic parts. Okay, that's where all the internet big data analysis comes in. All right, that is a very, very important part to build your academia developments. If you know a lot of statistics like R statistics, like SPSS, if you are master in it, whew, job will come to seek for you, not you seek for job. As a lot of people, they can do a lot of research, yes. But then here comes the analysis part, the data gathering, big data, etc. This is all under the bioinformatics comes in, and it will be a good bonus point for you if you know lots of bioinformatics tools.
Okay, next question is by Sharmini. What is the biggest challenge we must face when we are in biotech field career? Ayyappa can answer this, or I can give my inputs first.
Anything, sir. You can go first or me.
Okay, Sharmini, in industry, there are two types of career path. If you are entering into quality control and you are entering into R&D, then your research caliber is most wanted. If you are going for process side, production side, upstream, midstream or downstream processing, we need bio brains to solve the problem every day, because you're going to work with biological materials. It's not chemistry. It's not chemical reaction you're going to carry out. There are a lot of challenges in fermentation industry. So we need bio brains. It is not a routine job. Routine jobs is being done by other staff trained for that. But most of the biopharmaceutical industries, they need a money sense in you, then the bio brain to solve the problem. Problem solving ability is the first criteria to get into any industry, because they got a problem, they don't know how to solve. That's why they employed you. It's clear, Sharmini? It's clear why they employ you. They won't solve their problem. Since they are not able to solve the problem, they are employing you. So problem solving ability is a first topmost criteria in the industry. Okay, next question asked by Agalya. She is doing internship by online, and since I'm lacking technical skills, obviously whether it will affect my job opportunities. Ayyappa or Boonli can answer this question.
Maybe Ayyappa, you can go first.
Yeah, please, Ayyappa. Whether online internship will hamper our technical skill? Agalya, can I ask you one question? Agalya, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're buying a thing online.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to affect the quality of the material?
No, sir. That's not my question, actually. I'm doing online. Since I'm lacking of like technical skills, I'm just scared of like whether lacking of technical skill will affect my job opportunity.
What is technical skill? Do you think technical skills cannot be learned by online?
Since it's not like hands-on, right, sir?
Hands-on is only for your research.
Okay.
The technical skill either it can be learned online, offline.
Okay, sir. Okay.
What I believe. Okay. See, system skills. I'm used to take class with chalk and talk. My teachers taught me with chalk and talk. Okay. Then some of my professors in my PhD program taught me with PowerPoint. Tell me which school, which college is teaching face-to-face. Everything is online. They teach mathematics, they teach engineering, they teach computer science. All are technical skills learned by online.
True, sir.
no way it is going to affect you. That's my answer.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Ayappa, you want to add anything?
I would love to add. However, I think for those students who are still looking to enter the biotechnology field or not, I think I would rather have Eunice to explain further on what is going on, what actually she has in biotechnology and what she's learning as a
That's a
degree
good idea.
student.
Eunice, can you share your thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll open my mic, right? Okay, yeah, thank you for having me today. So hi, doctor, and hi, sir, and hi, everyone. I'm Eunice from my biosap. I'm currently a second year biotech student. So I'm here to sharing my opinions or experience of my study journey. So let's keep it easy and relaxed. So there is a very common question for students, what are biotech study for? So for my opinions, so everyone, right? I think everyone got their vaccine now. So doctor are actually the person who are qualified to vaccinate for us, but us are the person who do the vaccine. So we are the person who pay salary for my thinking. So actually, I think that we are more important than doctor because we know how to do the vaccines and doctor is just vaccinator for us. So it's actually one of my proudness for choosing biotech and my course actually. Okay, so another is like everyone now is know about PCR test. So Biotech is a person who doing PCR test, and I believe you guys will learn how to do PCR test in your study schedule. Like I'm the person who like lab class actually is very interesting instead of just reading the lecture sites. But yeah, unfortunately, during these COVID-19 situations, we can't evenly go for lab and just enjoying the experiment video at home. But I would like to have a warm reminder to everyone who are currently studying in biotech now or future. Please do watch the experiment video patiently because I think it's really important for you to get to know all the steps instead in order to doing the lab report and also how it's going on instead of you just reading the step. So watching video is really, really important to get to you to know. And if you have the opportunity to go to the lab class, then you are more familiar with all the equipment. Yeah. So
Thank you, Eunice. Thank
yes.
you.
Yeah.
We got 10 more questions, 13 more questions we have to address.
Yeah,
okay?
that's my
I know all the speakers are bubbling with confidence and sharing your thoughts. Okay, wonderful. But
thank you.
people cannot wait in a queue with the questions because they have an answer, right? So
Yeah.
go with next question. Ayappa, can you answer? Describe the job opportunities in biotechnology currently in Malaysia.
This is from who, sir? Sorry.
Hema Priya.
Hema Priya. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that question earlier. Yes, Hema. So describe the job opportunities that are currently available in Malaysia. So I'm going to be frank with you. Even though we have a lot of job opportunities, I'm sure that these job opportunities are not as glamorous as what you want it to be. The nowadays generation, they prefer something that's very glamorous, which would require them to be in a hotel, in a aircon setting or staying in the lab, those kind of jobs. But there are opportunities available, such as in the agriculture field. You're also, because like I said earlier, Malaysia's third driving force for the economy is agriculture by itself. And so our R&D in this field is huge. And you have to understand, we are the second largest producer of oil palm in the world. So when all these agricultural sectors come into play, your focus has to be on the agriculture side. If you do not you are not interested in agriculture, in food production, in whatever that has to be related to plantation and whatnot, then it's going to be tough for you to be looking for a job. Otherwise, you can also still continue to look for a job where you can see, like I said earlier, you can look into going into aquaculture, aqua farming. There are companies that are opening just for aqua farming. And you have to understand, we were once the #1 exporter of aqua products to Southeast Asia. However, now we have dropped actually to #5, #4, around there. So if you are interested in those kind of food, go ahead. Not, like I said earlier, you can also go into policy farming. So there are opportunities. You just have to know how to find them, and you just have to know that, okay, for me to enter this phase, what kind of skills that I have to have. Then try to develop their skills. Learn, look up online, look up on what you can do. Ask Dr. Prabha, ask any kind of lecturers. They can actually give you their advice and from their experience over the years to how they can improve themselves, yourself into going to this field. Yeah, that's my answer.
Thank you, Ayyappa. Mr. Vishal is a bit upset. I have not answered his question.
Oh, okay.
I'll answer. Vishal, you want to do forensic science? Yes. If you got investigative mind, again, yes. But compared to Malaysian programs, I strongly suggest look for forensic program in European Union or in Australia. India, US is very difficult. We have to do master's degree, then only for a PhD program or something you can think of. So for your career, forensic science is lucrative, provided you got the mindset on investigating. Okay,
Yes,
next
thank
question.
you. So I just like to add a little bit of info that I know from
Mr. Ayyappa.
Yeah.
We got another 10 more questions.
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to add something on the IR 4.0 artificial intelligence and how it affects employability for fresh graduates. So I'm just going to share something. So CRM, Cancer Research Malaysia, the CEO and the current Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Teo Su Huang. So she actually, I went for one of her seminars, and at the moment they are actually implementing artificial intelligence into what do you call it, pathology screening. So you can understand that if you actually have knowledge and skills into coding, into developing a software which will allow the artificial intelligence to understand and study the different kind of slides and pictures of pathology specimens, then this will actually help in diagnosing people faster. Because at the current moment, if you do not know yet, you need pathologists, at least 1 or 2, and that also is overload already. They have to go through multiple thousands and hundreds of pathology specimens in order to diagnose a person whether that person has a malignant or a benign cancer, benign tumor. So like what she mentioned in the seminar, that artificial intelligence is something that we are looking into. And if you are looking for employability in this area, you have to equip yourself with skills in coding, in software development and whatnot. And I'm sure there are so many courses online where you can learn this about and equip yourself with the skills that is mentioned. Yeah, so that's my addition to Divaraj Krishnan's question.
Divaraj, it answers your doubt?
I think someone
asked one more question. How
Yeah.
to build contacts with the industry? Please write your queries or intro letter to R&D manager or quality control manager, marking a copy to HR. It's clear? Please write a letter either by email or by call them and talk. I prefer email. Write a letter to R&D manager, copy to HR manager, copy to quality control manager. That's avenue to get into the industry. Ayappa,
Yes,
one question from Rishi Dev.
Rishi Dev. Yeah.
See, you want to stay in Malaysia. What is the demand? See, doesn't want to go to overseas, but
Okay.
stay in Malaysia.
Rishi Dev. What was the question? Oh, okay. I just
Rishi
want to
Dev.
stay in Malaysia. Yeah. So I just want to stay in Malaysia. So is biotech demand in Malaysia? So would you suggest better to move overseas for better opportunities? Okay.
It's
This is
a nice question.
the multi-million dollar question, right?
Yes.
So, okay. Let's be frank. We have a long way to go with biotechnology in Malaysia, and like that's the reason why we formed MyBiosa, because it's one way that we can actually direct these policy changes as a student to the government. Okay, and we are trying to do that our best. So yes, we are a long way to go with Malaysia, and if you still want to stay in Malaysia, like I said, do you really want to do agriculture? Are you okay to get your hands dirty? If you're okay with that, you can stay in Malaysia and continue doing biotechnology. If you're not okay with getting your hands dirty, you want to have a glamorous lab job, then I'm saying you can go for overseas. And if you're looking for overseas, so would you suggest better to move overseas for better opportunities? I guess it depends on you. And you can also look into, if you are looking, I think I can suggest you to look into Singapore. If not Singapore, you can look into Europe. But as a fellow Malaysian, I will recommend you to stay in Malaysia. Okay, please help our country and try to help the biotechnology field to continue to flourish. If you leave, then we are going to leave. We lose out on another skilled personnel in the biotechnology field. So that is my recommendation. Yeah.
Ayappa, I can understand your emotional.
Yes, I'm a Malaysian, sir, and Merdeka is mine.
I'm glad. Okay. Rishi Dev, what's your dream? What's your dream, Rishi Dev? Can you answer?
Yes, on his mic.
You can unmute and answer this. I want to know your dream. You want looking for a hardcore, top-notch research? Leave Malaysia. You want work on cutting-edge research? Leave Malaysia. But even without that, there is so many areas to be completed in Malaysia. Now the bioeconomy is the in thing in Malaysia. Please visit Bioeconomy Corporation website. There is a best program. They even for training, they give internship money.
Yep.
1 month online training and 5-month placement in a company for internship.
Correct.
So please explore what you want. Okay.
He said he's still confused whether to take biomedical or biotech.
Oh, that's my view. Biomed. Oh my God. Okay. Please allow me to say some to add on some point on it lah. All right. So it's just a brief one. So every country have the niche for the research. In Malaysia, like what Dr. Prabha said, the top notch, the vaccine, or we are off the table. But then if you say for the agriculture, aquaculture, yeah, we still have a place on the table for this part of research. And we are doing pretty well, not to say the top one, but we are doing quite well in the aquaculture and also agriculture, the modern one, all right? So if you are really interested in this kind of field, yes, Malaysia is still on the table yet, all right? So if other than that, yes, please go ahead, to the Europe or UK or Australia. Japan is possible. US is the best, but to enter US to get a placement there is super hard. All right, it's very hard. Okay, and to confuse whether you want to biomed or biomed or biotech, basically they are both bio. It just depends on what do you really like. Okay, if there are only thin line between biomed and biotech, both of them they are like a mother and daughter. Biotech is the mother, then the biomed is what comes from the mother. So it depends on you. If you really like If you really love bio, either one is fine for you, because they basically work the same thing. It just narrow down. All right. So that's all my add-on point.
I like to add on a point here. I have seen more Malaysian students across European universities and industry. Seldom I have seen somebody in US based on my personal experience. In the recent past, I'm talking about last 10 years, I've seen many Malaysians in and around European Union. And because Malaysian students are well accepted in European countries, they're easy to adapt to this country rather than to American situation. If that answers, Rishi Dev?
Sir, I think I'll answer one of the questions where Hui Lik Yang, he asked about master mixed mode and masters in research.
Yes. Tell
Yeah.
me, Boone, you can answer that. Otherwise, I can add on.
All right, let me check for the question. Yeah.
I'll read it for you, Udi.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I would like to ask usually what decision factors can we refer to in the matter of choosing between masters by research and masters by mixed mode?
Ah,
What are
okay.
the factors?
What are the factors? To be honest, if you really want to go into research field, all right, just close your eyes, go for the research master. All right. So if you still, okay, why do we have a master prior to PhD? Master is a very short program, all right, and PhD is a long journey. It's a journey. So before we go into master, is that actually it is a place for you to test the water temperature. Okay, to know, are you really into PhD? Are you really into a study academia field? So to choose between whether you want to half a bit mix one, to have a coursework and also research, or go into the research field like 100%, no coursework at all. It depends on whether you really love into research field. The mindset is there. So I will keep it on, emphasize on the mindset. It's all about the mindset. If you love research, then you go into research. If you are still in considering whether do you love research or not, okay, first of all, are you in the last year, which is your research, the FYP? After that, you will kind of know whether you love the life of researching or not. Then if you love research a bit and you love the coursework part of it also, both of it you love it, then you go into the mixed view. Then you don't need to worry about whether you go into mix or research 100%. Then it might affect your PhD. It is not really affect a lot. All right. This doesn't really affect a lot for your PhD candidature. Yeah, I hope that answer your question lah.
Okay, yes, Amira, how the mixed mode program works. Okay, I'm just going to share something that I know from my university, my institute, where we actually have a mixed mode program. So a mixed mode program basically means it is the combination of a coursework and also research at the same time. So for example, some mixed mode program, they last for 3 years. Some mixed mode program, they last for 2 years only. Okay, so if let's say it's 3 years, this is just an example. If it's 3 years, the first 2 years you are sorry, I'm so sorry. SEMs, 3 SEMs or 2 SEMs. I got that wrong. 3 SEMs. So the first 2 SEMs, you're basically doing coursework. You have assignments like a typical degree program. So you have coursework, you have exams, assignments, you have to submit reports, blah, blah, blah. It's exactly like how you're doing a degree. And then towards the last SEM, the third SEM, you will have a research project. And you will be under a supervisor, like a regular master student. And the supervisor will give you a project, and you are doing a project, and you have to come out with a thesis at the end of the day. So that's the difference between that is exactly what a mixed mode program is. And the research, like a regular master or PhD student, you are just conducting research for over the course of the period that you will be finishing your thesis. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Mira.
Yes. Boonly, I got one question towards you.
Yeah.
What you expected and what you are unexpected after finishing your degree program?
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. So, wow, this is a good question, to be honest. Okay, what I expect after my bachelor, and what are the unexpected thing? Okay, so right after my graduations, the convocation, I got a lot of wonderful imagination. Okay, now I'm gonna apply this university and they accept me, and then I will be successful. Oh, I get a PhD. Oh, maybe someday I will go to Sweden to have a Nobel Award. Ha! That's the path. But that's what I expected. Okay, although it's a little bit big lah, but there's a whole long journey. But the truth is that to get a placement in a prestigious university is a bit challenging. You compete with a lot of people, and it is not only competing. We are not competing for our marks. All right, it really they consider a lot of things other than marks, like your interpersonal skill. That's why you have the interview comes in. Interview, they don't really care about your marks. They care about how you present yourself. That's the place where you sell yourself out to the interviewee. All right, that's the part one. And then what I unexpected is that, oh, I spent 1 year to search for. I spent 1 year blank to search for the course I like. Oh, and then here comes the MCO. Okay, and it can't go further worse for that. And as the MCO implemented, to study overseas is the challenge will be much more harder, much more difficult. All right, so I switched myself into okay. Previously, I was thinking about, okay, I want to get a overseas prestigious school, then or blah, 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 yada yada yada. Then after that, okay, let's switch to a local a Malaysian based overseas university. So I come across to Monash, and then they accept me, but with a full scholarship. Then I was like, okay, it is quite a good opportunity which I can. Then I joined there, and it is one of my favorite course that I want in when I was young. All right, not too young, but I think around Form 4, Form 5. Yes. And what are the unexpected thing? Do you know? Do you really want to know what are the unexpected thing? Okay, just now I said it is one of the favorite, right? It is one of the, not the favorite. Okay. Okay, what do I say? That is, when I was Form 4, Form 5, I will tell my junior or my friends or my cousin, I will, hey, don't go into brain. Brain is hard, all right? It is difficult place. If anything you go into brain, the difficulty goes into skyrocket. And on top of that, don't study, don't go remember all the hormones. It is difficult. A lot of them. We have our body got lots of hormones. And you know what? So here comes the karma. When my master is into this both area, they combined. So my master will be in the biomed, but further down into neuroendocrinology, which is I study brain and together with the hormones. So this is what I'm really not expecting. But then, yeah, when the path comes down and the opportunity comes, I just grab it when I can. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I got the answer from you, Boon Lee. Eunice, as a young biotech graduate, do you think curriculum should be revised? Boon Lee, sorry, Eunice?
Pardon, may I have only help about what Doctor is asking about?
No.
I can't hear Carrie.
You're happy with the curriculum, what you are studying now?
Okay.
I get it. Some more improvement.
No, I get it. Yeah, I'm happy with the current biotech. Yeah. But right. By right, because of COVID-19, we can't go for school and have a lab class. So I wish after the situation going good, so university can have the extra lab class for us to try for hand-on experiment. Yeah.
Thank you. I got the answer from you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, Prof, can I say a few words on top to add on for the yeah. So for what syllabus, right? What I find very, very important nowadays is the communication skills. Is how to talk like scientists, how scientists talk to scientists, how scientists talk to laymen, and how scientists talk to their own grandparents. Okay, we can do a lot of wonderful work. We can do a lot of researching work, but if you can't convey the message into scientific to the layman, that is a drawback for scientists. If you can't tell something that people understand, what's the point you telling something? That is the syllabus that Malaysia. I find that Malaysia University keep on now emphasizing on this part where to teach the youth to convey the scientific matters or the scientific findings into a layman way. That's the thing that I find it very super important nowadays.
Yeah, just to add on, I think whatever Bunli has said, science communication comes into play. Yeah, it's very important nowadays that how we convey information and how we use the scientific jargons and how wisely we use the terms for each different mechanisms in play in a system. So all this comes into play, and this should be incorporated into our syllabus, science communication. So back here in Ames University, in Faculty of Applied Sciences, we are coming up with new modules in revamping our courses, in adding science communication to it, so that we equip our graduates to cater towards the needs of the market demand and so on. So that's all, just to add on a few things.
Mr. Mahesh?
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Mahesh. I think the word that Punli was looking for was definitely science communication, and I noticed there is even a PhD course currently in UPM that is offering science communication as well. It has become such an important factor, especially the fact that we are already in pandemic. And like, just to add again to Mr. Mahesh's point, we at least as biotechnologists, we can play a role to try to fight this pandemic in a way of information. We share the right information. I'm sure that some of us have actually had experience with people, or our elderlies, our parents, or relatives sharing WhatsApp messages which are untrue. So as a biotechnologist, try to play your role in trying to fight these fake news. Try to educate them, educate the people who are around you, educate your friends, your relatives, your family, on what exactly this virus is, how you can prevent them from getting infected, how a vaccination is good for you. So that is a role that you can play as a biotechnologist, graduate or degree holder. Yeah, and so I think you shared with me this one question by Chun Xiang. Yeah, so I will just get right into it. So what are your thoughts on biotechnology industry in Central Region? I believe this is in the Central Region, as in KL, Selangor, that area. And as a person based in Central Region, do you recommend people from outside of Central Region to move to there to work in the biotechnology region industry? Okay. How to answer this when Cosmin asked me this question. Okay. Okay, so you already know, I think in Malaysia, our main area, even our administration is all in the Central Region, right? So most of our industrial also, don't even need to say, now news every day we are listening, Lembah Kelang. So Lembah Kelang itself, it's the industrial area of Malaysia. So yes, of course, why not? If there is an opportunity, the job opportunity there, why not go there, go and work? And from personal experience, again, I prefer to share my personal experience because it will be more relatable with you guys. So I have friends who are in Penang who don't want to leave Penang, and I don't understand why. So they have job opportunities, they get the interview, and then when they ask them, okay, for this you have to come to KL, you have to come to Selangor, and they say, I have to leave my family. No, why? It's okay. Go learn outside, explore, live alone. You have to. At the end of the day, you have to take care of your own family, right? So you have to move out of your comfort zone and learn to adapt to a new environment. So yeah, definitely go ahead, move over to Central Region. And like Dr. Prabhas on the experience, I'm sure he knows there's plenty of companies that could be available in the Central Region. Maybe Dr. Prabha, you want to add on what are the possible companies that may be available there?
Yes. Okay. Ayappa, most of the multinationals are located there.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly, sir.
So nothing there to worry. Plenty of opportunity is there.
Yeah.
First, please make the first step. Keep the first step.
Yeah.
Miles apart, we have to go. Right? Please come, as Ayyappa said, it's a wisdom thought. I think maybe from his own experience. Okay? Come out of the cocoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? The comfort zone, how to say, always keep you happy, but it's not rewarding. Don't have regret. See, I'm sitting now 3,600 kilometers away from Malaysia. My degree, my experience got me the job in Malaysia. Nothing else. I don't know anything about Malaysia. If you ask me 10, 15 years back, I don't know anything. I know Malaysia is near Singapore. Malaysia is joyful. Singapore is colorful. Right? And now AirAsia made everyone to fly. It's a matter of 2.5 hours. I'll be there in Penang now. If the borders are open, now its time is around 5 o'clock. What's the time there?
4:35.
4:35. Okay, 7 o'clock I'll be in Ames campus. Today evening, if flights are there, I'll be there. There's a direct flight from my place to your Penang airport. Coimbatore to Penang, direct flight. Only 2.5 hours. Okay, so please come out of the comfort zone.
Yes,
So when
sir.
I came there, first time Malaysia, I could accept nasi goreng. Okay, and pisang goreng is a climax. Never in India we do banana frying, is never heard about that thing. And India, only near the airport, 24 hours jam. Restaurants are there. But in Malaysia, #1 country having highest number of 24 hours restaurants in the world. Right? It's paradise. And I have to adapt.
Yes.
And I have adapted. Okay, Mr. Magesh, how much time we got? We can entertain more questions, please.
Yeah, sure, bro. We have time.
Entertain 2 more questions from the audience.
I think we missed no Amira. One more question.
They also missed Divaraj Krishnan's question here.
What is the question, Devaraj?
Devaraj's question is, in terms of networking and building contacts in the industry, who and how do we approach individuals or organizations for collaborations in projects? What kind of avenues could we start with?
I gave an answer. I did answer that.
Okay.
Write to the R&D manager or quality control manager, marking a copy to HR. If you are a university person, the DVC or registrar can write to the industry, not as an individual, because they want a commitment from the institute, not from the individual. If you are writing from the institute, please ask your registrar or dean academic affairs, they can write. Or an individual, you are looking for a job opportunity, then please write to the HR manager, copy to do the reverse, copy to R&D manager and quality control manager. All these details are available in their company's website.
Yep. I'll just add on to that. If let's say you are very savvy with your internet savvy with LinkedIn, then I would definitely recommend you to connect with people through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a platform where you can try to develop your network, and it's very, very important at these current days, because when you're applying for a job also, actually some employers, I'm sharing this because I've heard this from headhunters and also recruiters, they actually look for your LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
So if you do not have a LinkedIn profile, start to prepare one before you graduate or after you have graduated. If not, and try to put in all the credentials, your awards, your what kind of recognitions that you have received, all on LinkedIn. So when an employer actually does look up for your profile on LinkedIn, they can find it. And it's such a crucial part of your CV that nowadays most companies, they are actually looking at LinkedIn already. So please try to do that. And at the same time, here's a trick. You actually can come up with your own CV. You can print out your resume from LinkedIn. So you can do that. After putting all the information in there, you can print it out as a resume. So it actually kills two birds with one stone. Okay. And then I think we have this question from Amira, Nur Amira. I think that's the last question. Yeah. Oh, wait, there's another one. Alvin, so your previous student, master student, also asked a question. I think I'll answer Amira. I think me and Bundi can answer Amira's question. How to persevere as a postgraduate student. Wait, let me just, where's the question? Let me just read exactly what she said. Can you give some tips on how to persevere if you want to be a full-time research student? Okay, I am a 4th year PhD student. And then Bunli is, I think, first year, yeah. Right? Master student. Okay, it's not easy. I'll be very, very truthful to you. It's not an easy journey. You are going to come to a point where sometimes you just feel like you want to give up. And it can be quite taxing to your mental health. But at the same time, you have to understand, what are you doing it for? Do you really want it? If you're actually just doing a PhD or a master's just because you want a higher pay, forget it. Don't even do it. You must do it with a passion, a drive that you want to complete. You want to answer the problem. Try to come up with an answer for the problem, and also that you really want to solve an issue that has been plaguing the human race for a long time. For example, like me, I'm doing cancer research. So I have even told Dr. Prabha, he asked me, what do you want to do after this during my last year in degree? Then I said, I want to do research. Research, fully research. Then I said, yes, sir, I am passionate about research. So I have been a passionate person in research ever since then till now. And I can't, like Bunli as well, he said he has devoted his time into research because he found a passion in it. So it's all about passion. And keep your mind straight. When the time comes that you feel like, oh, I can't do it anymore, ask yourself, why are you doing this in the first place? And if you give up, how much have you lost? Okay, I'm not saying that you can't give up. If it really affects you mentally, I do not want to push you to continue it. But if you really think you can hold on, you can continue and try to contribute to the human race, try to contribute to the future research, then please stay on and come up with an answer to a problem that people cannot answer. So that is the way how I motivate myself all the time. It's like, okay, I need to finish. I'm in my 4th year. Oh, so long, but then I'm still here. I have to do it. I have to finish it. Bunli, maybe you want to share your insights on how to persevere as a research student.
Okay, just a brief one. Okay, it's really challenging for our mental health. To be frank for you, right? It's not about the research. You can feel many times we can try it a lot of time, but all it comes to the roots is the mental health. So what I will recommend you some tips, right? To stay as to stay as full time. I know it is stressed, but then you need to have a work-life balance, and also the most important is that you need to get some exercise to relieve your stress, to remove all your stress. All right, it is all accumulate in your brain, and then you need to remove them. Okay, wake up early to to exercise, or just get the sweat out. All right, you need to do a lot of things. I know you need to have you need to write paper. Well, that is a very hard part. I mean, to be frank for you. All right, not to say no one. Most of the students don't like writing the paper, but this is the part where you need to go through. All right, to be frank to you, yeah. Okay, so you need to stay healthy at the mental health first, then only go into all the work. If you are not healthy in your mentally or physically, it is a hurdle for you to drive forwards. And second part is to keep your passion ongoing all the time. It is okay that sometimes you feel you want to give up. Okay, when that time comes, don't force yourself to pick it up the passion. Just take a break. When you are on the track field, running field, when you are tired, just sit down and look at the environment And when you are calm, then think back why you start this race so that you will continue moving on. So this step will repeat throughout the journey of your master or PhD, and after it will be the postdoc, and it will continue quite long lah. All right, until you get your professor, get the title of professor, and maybe you can relax a bit, but still the thing will be there. So this is my add-on.
Alvin, I'll give my inputs.
Yes.
Okay. 60% of job opportunities in biotech career are research oriented. If you don't have any flair for research, don't continue biotech career. Then select the biotech related career in marketing, in data analysis, or regulatory affairs, regulatory science, or get a job in venture capitalist companies and so on. These jobs doesn't require research, but biotech foundation knowledge is a backbone, including clinical research program, everything. No need to do research. It's coordinating between the drug manufacturer and the drug evaluator and with the patients, the human volunteers. So 60% of job opportunities for biotech career are research oriented. Keep this in your mind. Only 40% is related, non-related to research. Keep that in your mind and decide your dream life. Thank you, Alvin, for that question. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something. I almost forgot this thing from the master's the postgraduate question that Amira gave. I think I'll just have to let you know. So since research is such a lonely journey, you're doing it alone. Sometimes you don't have people who work together with you. You must learn to also make friends. You have to work together with your lab mates. You have to work together with your colleagues that are in the same institute. Because at times, they actually come and help you a lot. They give you mental support. They also give you support in a ways. Sometimes their supervisors will know in materials. So if let's say your material comes late, 6 months late, you actually can, if you're friends with them, they actually can give you a little bit like 10 grams, 100 grams, it doesn't matter. And you just give them back. So it's very important to make friends during your research phase because you cannot do it alone. You have to have friends to support you at the same time. And family of all things is very important. Family support must be there so that you can prosper in research. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Dear participants, I want to share a secret. Okay. During my days, after masters, we'll get a job. It's a matter of 2 days, 3 days. Now, most of the graduate and masters holders, they are not able to get a job. That's why many of the graduates going for master's program just to hang around.
Yes.
Right? If you like it, they'll continue. Right? And even after master, they don't get the job, they'll go for PhD.
Yes.
Right? And some crazy people go for postdoc. Right? Keep on publishing paper and other things. Once their fellowship stops, right? They are back to square one. So be clear.
Yeah.
Right? See, I did my master's immediately after my BSc program. Then 20 years I waited to get my PhD program. I never did my master's immediately PhD program. When I decided to move into academic institute, PhD is a prerequisite. So I did my PhD and joined with institute. So now that's why in the beginning I told you, the job dynamics are quite changed. Your degree qualification, just an entry pass to enter into a corporate company. To sustain your job, right? Your skills are more important, not your degree qualification. Those days are gone. BSc, MSc, PhD only can do wonders. No way, right? And I'm giving the last point of idea. There is so much avenue for entrepreneurship, bio-entrepreneurship. And Malaysia is the bioeconomy is opened up. That's why Biotech Corp earlier started in 2005. They renamed themselves as Bioeconomy Corporation. So much funding is there to seed your idea, to evaluate, to develop your product, to test your product, to go through the regulatory process, even taking to international market. Biotech Bioeconomy Corporation is helping you. So don't have a mindset, have an open mind. If you are a research-oriented person, yes, biotech is the very lucrative, very satisfying, rewarding career. Is that answers to all the questions? Magesh?
I think basically all four of you have actually spoken about every single element that is needed in the field of biotechnology. Basically, the take-home message here is you need to adapt yourself as how a microorganism adapts. Keep on equipping yourself with new knowledge, new tools, new techniques, and per se, like how Bunli said, science communication comes into play major. How do you communicate your information? And at this point of time, during this pandemic, I think most of us are writing review papers. And this is where all this comes into play, I assume. So, Eunice, this would be a platform for her to get some real-time experience from everyone, because she's the youngest among all of us, youngest speaker. So it was a great honor to have you all on board, and thank you very much. And I hope the participants enjoyed, gathered information. So for a small information for the participants, my Biosa will always be there. So you can always, friend them on Facebook or LinkedIn, as well as you can also join us on FAS Biotech under Ames University Facebook account. We are also there. Faculty of Applied Sciences will always be there to answer your queries and to support you in any means of biotechnology. So thank you very much. Thank you all.